Tracking feels like the smartest thing you could do. Perform an action, get data, interpret the data, analyze it, and go at it again. Seems very wise, doesn't it? It's so logical that I too fell for this trap. And it was not until I stopped tracking everything for 20 days that I realized most of it was totally useless. Now, if you're scared to let go of your habit tracker, your dashboards, your whatever not you have been making up, you need to hear this today. Part 1, the tracking epidemic. See, in the last 3-4 years of self-improvement industry, tracking has risen in popularity exponentially. Previously, there was not much data to be inferred from our regular habits, and now the entire industry is just oriented around data. It is oriented around how much minutes did you meditate, how much water did you drink, how much exercise did you do, how much work have you accomplished, or what is your efficiency score, and so many other factors like these. And you could find metrics for everything. But in reality, most of them are not really improving you. Instead, they are just metrics for the sake of metrics. Now, truth be told, I was the guy who tracked shit the most and to the utmost extreme. Like from starting with macros, which is decently a good stuff if you are into health and fitness and all of that, to number of steps per day, to exercise. These seems really nice, don't they? But thing is, my level was way above that. I used to track the number of goals did I accomplish in one day, the number of work tasks that I did, the number of meditation minutes, the number of sleep hours. Like I used to have an app called Sleep Cycle, which tracks how much sleep you are getting and all. And I did not even have a wearable. That is the craziest part. So the data was not accurate. It was just hearing stuff from my microphone and interpreting it as sleep. And I used to wake up to that. I used to wake up to you probably slept like 80% score, 85% score, 90% score. Oh my god, 90% score. That means today I will be good. Oh my god, a 60% score. All right, today I will be very, very moody or very angry or something like that. It used to psychologically shape me because it was showing data which I thought was real. And instead of letting my instincts guide my life, I was letting data guide it. If it said 60%, that meant, all right, I probably did not have a great quality of sleep last night, even though my instincts were screaming to me that you are completely fine. And I wish that it was just it. But instead, I have more bad news. I spent 1 to 2 hours a day tracking, that is one bullshit out of the way. Then I used to spend tons of hours just organizing, manipulating, analyzing the data, getting the means, getting the median, the mode, and whatever not. Like, I was such a crazy Microsoft Excel guy, especially last year. I used to track everything. I used to track how many questions I did per minute, and I currently also have that Excel sheet copy in my PC where I had literally the formulas for the mean questions, mean number of questions per minute, mean number of questions per 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and so much bullshit like that. And it's not even useful. Now, before moving on, I would like to clarify that some types of data are actually good. For example, if you got your medical work done, for example, your blood work, then the data from that, for example, how much magnesium is there in your blood, how much iron is there in your blood, or how much testosterone or estrogen do you have depending on the gender. These are the things which are actually useful instead of just being random numbers. Some data are actually useful because of the data themselves. So it's not like that all of the data are useless and you should not track everything, because certain set of data actually help you improve your life. And now the juicy part. Part 2, the experiment. So, as I said at the beginning of the video, I spent 20 days, the last 20 days, because you can go and check my channel, I haven't uploaded in like 20 days. I spent that much amount of time not tracking a single thing. For my INTJ optimization obsessed brain, it was a total pandemonium because I felt like I needed the numbers, I needed the variables, I needed the efficiency percentages, and I needed the calculation just for the sake of calculation. And that is the craziest thing, that I needed calculation not because of it will improve my life, but because I wanted to do the calculation for the sake of them. And you have probably guessed the results. It was that I worked better, I worked longer. It is simply because I did not have to log every session that I did. I did not have to log every habit that I did. I was just freed from the mental chaos of tracking. I was going through each and every work session to do the work itself, not just fill the damn Excel sheet. And that is a very important switch that you need to understand. On one side, there is filling the Excel sheet work, 5 Pomodoros, 10 Pomodoros, 15 Pomodoros, and whatnot. And on one side, you have actually hard tasks, solving a goddamn question paper for 3 hours straight, recording videos, etc. These take much more time than a cute Pomodoro session. And amidst all this, I realized that previously I was not optimizing for results, but I was optimizing for the sake of optimization and for the sake of data collection and data manipulation. I'm not a data analyst, and not are you. You have to understand that you're not a data analyst. Your job is not to analyze the data that you make yourself. Your job is freaking doing the work. Data tracking for the sake of data tracking is not good. Your job is to do the actual work and get the results by working, not by manipulating data. You could manipulate thousands of data of thousands of YouTube or millions of YouTube channels, but if you do not upload the video, you're not going to get the views and you're not going to earn money in the future. And so, part 3, why most data is useless. And if you're not convinced up until now, then this is the section for you. Let's take an example. You meditate for 5 days straight. Every day you meditate for 2 hours straight. Let's say you become as disciplined as a monk and embody the lifestyle of that and meditate for 2 hours a day for 5 days straight. But on day 6, you spend the entire day on YouTube and watching YouTube shorts and watching Instagram reels and watching YouTube random videos that are recommended by the algorithm. So, where did the 10 hours of meditation go? I mean, you certainly did them. They are on the Excel sheet or on the app, but where is the impact? There is no impact because each and every time you're tracking something, you're writing down the actions of your past self, not your present self. Your present self is busy writing the actions down. Your past self is the one who did the action. Similarly, if you're tracking some stuff, you are just wasting the time by editing the data or formatting the data that your past self created. You could use the time to work better, to make even more out of what you have currently, but instead you are choosing to manipulate that same data over and over again, and the past is not going to change. What is going to change is the present and the future if you are willing to work towards it. The past was fixed. If you wasted 5 hours yesterday, then that's gone. You will never get those 5 hours back. If you worked 5 hours continuously yesterday, good thing, nice, very nice, good job, but you will not get those 5 hours back again. So ultimately it comes down to your present self. What the hell are you doing right now, apart from watching the video? Obviously, like, come on, common sense. But let's be serious for a moment. If you're not doing the action does not get done. It is Newton's first law of motion that if you do not move an object, it does not move. It's logical, right? And I'll give you a very high level example which might not be relatable to most of us because we have not been in that position ourselves, but have probably seen it somewhere. Which is, imagine a teen millionaire who achieves whatever he wants to achieve because he worked his ass off in the teen years, and rightfully so. He is seduced by a woman one night in bar when he's drunk, and the next thing you know, they are married, and then the relationship starts to go downhill and ends in a divorce. And that's like 50% of his company gone, 50% of his assets gone. So he has just lost his millionaire title, which he worked so hard to achieve. What I am essentially stating is Your past self's action does not currently define or imply your present self's existence. Plainly speaking, if you do not work today, the work does not get done. If you don't work today, you don't work today. That is as simple as it can be. Let's say you had a streak of producing 1000 videos in 1000 days, like one video per day for 3 years. But you did not do it today. Your streak of 1000 breaks. And it's just fascinating because most people do not understand the depth of this thing, that if you do not work today, the work does not get done. If you don't do the work, the work does not get done. Similarly, whatever you have tracked in the past is in the past. That is already done. You cannot achieve or get back the time that you have lost in the past. If yesterday you looked at YouTube shorts for 5 hours a day, you lost those 5 hours. If you were productive for the 5 hours instead of watching YouTube, you still kind of lost the 5 hours, because time is linear. Will never get your past back. You will only have your present self and your future. And even the future is not guaranteed per se, because that is just future. That is not the present. All you have is present and your work in the present. Now, the line I'm going to tell you, you should write it down somewhere in your journals or in your notes or whatever it is, which is: stop tracking what does not move you forward. If you understand that statement to its core, you will find that if you track only the things that improve you, or instead, if you just cut out everything that does not improve you, you will improve exponentially because your brain power will be freed. And now, if you really want to improve your focus and get rid of the modern day distractions, then you can join my program below. It's currently dirt cheap because it is on a pre sale, and once I release it, the price will be doubled. So get your spot now. And I would like to say that I am back. Like after 20 days of not posting because of, first of all, my exams, and second of all, this experiment on myself, I am finally back with videos, and I hope these will be consistent unless and until I do some more experiments which take me longer. Ultimately, I'm back. That's just it. And so, with that, as always, start if you haven't already.